Are you learning anything? I hope you are. That's what my videos are about. It's not about me hearing myself talk. It's about showing you how to do things on your own so you can save that money. Alright, I'm going to do this one over here. I felt it flop up, and now it's drawing itself in from the back. And as you're doing that, you want to, if you got any insulation in the wall, let's say, if this was an exterior wall, there'd probably be insulation in the wall. You want to make sure it's kind of pushed back a little bit where your tabs are, because you want to make sure when you tighten this that actually is flopping up. I put one box in once upon a time, and I tightened it up just like I was supposed to. When I got all done, the thing was loose, and I'm like, what's going on? Well, that's because the tab didn't fully engage behind the sheetrock. It only came up a little bit. It was dragging on the side, and it wasn't tight. I didn't know much about it, how to fix it, what the deal was, and it was loose there until I finally figured out what to do. Okay, I felt it pull up from behind, and because I tightened in those screws first and went back and forth, they go in nice and easy. Okay, as I turn this to the right, it's flopping that down. Okay. There we go. I can feel it drawing itself in behind there. And here's the thing with that. You want to get it. Ooh, this one wasn't snug yet. Okay. It felt, there we go. It felt like it was on the first go, but you gotta make sure it's drawn itself in all the way. Another reason why you wanna tighten those first, because sometimes you might feel it's tight. You don't want to go too tight because everything's on plastic threads and everything, and you don't want to start breaking the tab off or breaking the front tab, or breaking the whole flapper arm. I've had flapper arms break after installing them, you know, years down the road. Hey Mike. Oh, there he goes. Hey Joe. How come my duplex outlet on the wall is loose? Well, it's because the flap was broken. I'm not sure how that happened, but it does happen. Okay, so you want to kind of feel on your box. Everything looks fine, and I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to over tighten these screws. You just make them snug. You'll know when they're snug. Okay. See there, that one's still. Look at that. It's still drawn itself in from behind. That's the deal. There we go. Okay. Come on. There. That was giving me fits. Okay. There we go. Okay. That's your next step. Make sure it's snug and secure. Okay. You might say you're done. Well, what's the next step? I want to just make sure these wires are not sticking out too far, and to straighten them out. Remember, because I was messing with them, and I want to put the wire nuts back on before somebody hits the light switch, or if you have your breaker off, you can do that too. Okay. Now I'm going to look at that and see the Romex cable is back in there, and it's held tight because I didn't break that tab off back there. Okay. And usually you're supposed to have about 6 inches coming out. I got 7, and I don't don't really need that far. I think I'm going to cut some of that off. Okay. I'm going to set you up slightly different. Maybe over by the door so you can see a little better. Oh, a tight fit, get through the door there. Okay. I want to cut these wires off just a little. Alright. And so I gotta find my my strippers. I usually try to carry lots of things in my nail bag, but not so much everything, but enough to give me what I can do without having to go back to my toolbox all the time. Okay, so I'm going to cut off, I think I'm going to cut off about that much. Okay. I could have done that with my strippers too. And here's my wire strippers. And this is a number 12. And so there's different notches that you can put your strippers on. Okay. And because the wires were bent just a little bit, I'm gonna straighten them out. I think that's probably fine. Okay, I think that's good. The white wire looks like I could maybe strip it just a hair more. I don't want to strip it too much. Okay, those look about the same. I don't want to go too much, or my orange wire nuts won't fit if I go back too far. You know, you got orange wire nuts, then yellows. See how small the orange are and see how much bigger the yellow is. I'm not going to need yellow for this because it's just one set of wires. If I had 2 whites, 2 blacks, 2 grounds, or something like that, I would use yellow wire nuts. See? Okay. And so for the time being, to call the job good, I'm just going to take my wire nuts and put them on. You couldn't, most of the time you can't do that with yellow wire nuts on just one wire. Sometimes it works, but if it's an old wire nut, sometimes it won't work. Okay, so now if I want to turn the breaker back on, for now I can. If I want to turn, if I hit the light switch by accident, I can. And then if I want to make up the box, calling it a makeup box, I would take this and I would just wrap it and push it down in there. But I'm going to be installing a light fixture here pretty quick, so I'm going to leave that like that, I think, rather than, see, I could take that and wrap it around and push it into the box, and then when I got ready for it, I would just pull it back out. You see, like that. Okay, there you have it. We just installed the cut-in box for a light fixture. And you know, if, like I said, if you're not an electrician, you do not have to be an electrician to do stuff like this. You know, if you're adding a light switch, an electrical outlet, relocating something, installing a cut-in box such as this, installing a light fixture, I got all that stuff on my YouTube channel. Go to my main YouTube channel page, click on playlists, and scroll down to everything electrical or electrical know-how or something like that, and you'll see all the different electrical videos I've posted on my channel. That goes for all the other topics that I have on my channel. You might learn all kinds of stuff just from an average Joe. Thanks for joining me. Well, that's all I got for this time. But I'll be back with more videos. What am I going to talk about next time? Well, I'm sure it's going to be about installing a light fixture in a guest room bathroom.